Stop being an emotional fool. Yes, I said it clearly. Because sometimes, the truth needs to hit hard before it starts to heal. Too many people today are not living their lives, they are reacting to them. They are not thinking, they are feeling their way into chaos, heartbreak, and regret. You give your energy to people who don't deserve it. You lose sleep over opinions that don't matter. You chase validation like your life depends on it. And every time you do that, you lose a piece of yourself. Emotional control is power, not weakness. Most people have been lied to. They've been told that reacting instantly is honesty, that expressing every feeling is strength, and that holding back means you are weak. But look around. The people who lose the most in life are not the ones who lack talent or intelligence. They are the ones who cannot control their emotions. Every time you explode in anger, you lose power. Every time you beg for attention, you lose value. Every time you let someone's words shake your confidence, you give them control over your mind. That is not strength. That is surrender. Real power is silent. Real power is calm. Real power is when you feel everything burning inside you and still choose to stay in control. That is what separates ordinary people from exceptional ones. Think about it. Anyone can react. Anyone can shout, argue, cry, or quit when things don't go their way. That requires no discipline. That requires no strength. That is the easiest thing in the world. But staying calm when you are disrespected, that is strength. Walking away when your ego wants to fight, that is power. Keeping your focus when distractions are pulling you in every direction, that is control. Your emotions are temporary, but your decisions are permanent. One moment of anger can destroy years of relationships. One emotional reaction can cost you opportunities you will never get back. One impulsive decision can take you down a path of regret. So ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it worth losing your peace just to prove a point? Is it worth destroying your focus just because someone said something negative? Is it worth giving your energy to people who don't even respect you? You must understand this. Not everything deserves your reaction. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everything deserves your energy. When you learn this, your life changes. When you stop reacting to every little thing, you become harder to control. When you stop letting people trigger you, you become stronger. When you stop allowing your emotions to lead your actions, you become dangerous in the best way possible. Because now, you are thinking. Now, you are choosing. Now, you are in charge. Look at successful people. Look at leaders, athletes, entrepreneurs. Do you think they succeed because they react emotionally to everything? No. They succeed because they master themselves. They control their emotions instead of being controlled by them. They feel pressure, but they don't panic. They feel fear, but they don't quit. They feel anger, but they don't lose control. That is power. Emotional control is not about becoming cold or heartless. It is not about ignoring your feelings. It is about mastering them. It is about understanding that just because you feel something does not mean you have to act on it. You can feel angry and still choose silence. You can feel hurt and still choose dignity. You can feel frustrated and still choose discipline. That is the level you must reach. Because the truth is, the world will test you. People will test you. Life will push you, provoke you, challenge you in ways you cannot predict. And if you are not in control of your emotions, you will fail those tests again and again. You will say things you regret. You will trust people too easily. You will fall into the same patterns, the same mistakes, the same pain. But when you take control, everything shifts. Now, you pause before reacting. Now, you think before speaking. Now, you choose your actions instead of letting your emotions choose for you. And that one change changes everything. Your relationships improve because you stop overreacting. Your mindset becomes stronger because you stop feeding negativity. Your focus increases because you are no longer distracted by every emotional wave. You become stable. You become reliable. You become powerful. Discipline in emotions is just like discipline in anything else. It requires practice. It requires awareness. It requires effort every single day. At first, it will be difficult. You will feel the urge to react. you will feel the pressure to respond. You will feel your emotions trying to take control. But in those moments, you must remind yourself, I am in charge. Not my anger, not my fear, not my ego, me. Take a breath, step back, think clearly, and then respond with purpose, not impulse. Because at the end of the day, the person who controls their emotions controls their life, and the person who cannot control their emotions will always be controlled by something else. Stop seeking validation from others. This is one of the biggest traps that keeps people stuck, weak, and dependent. You start living your life based on what others think, instead of what you truly believe. You begin to measure your worth through likes, approval, attention, and praise. And slowly, without even realizing it, you hand over control of your happiness to people who don't even think about you. That is dangerous. Because the moment your confidence depends on others, you become fragile. One compliment can make your day, but one criticism can destroy it. One person's approval can lift you up, but their rejection can break you down. And when your emotions rise and fall based on others, you are no longer in control of yourself. You are being controlled. Ask yourself honestly, how many decisions have you made just to impress someone else? How many times have you stayed quiet when you should have spoken, just because you feared judgment? How many times have you changed who you are, just to fit in, just to feel accepted? That is not living. That is performing. You were not created to seek permission to be yourself. You were not meant to shrink your personality to make others comfortable. You were not meant to chase validation like it is oxygen. The truth is, people will always have opinions. No matter what you do, someone will like it, and someone will criticize it. You can be kind, and people will call you weak. You can be strong, and people will call you arrogant. You can stay silent, and people will misunderstand you. You can speak up, and people will judge you. So if judgment is unavoidable, why let it control you? The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you become free. Free to think your own thoughts. Free to make your own decisions. Free to walk your own path without constantly looking over your shoulder for approval. Because here is the reality. Most people you are trying to impress are still trying to figure out their own lives. They are confused, insecure, and uncertain, just like everyone else. And yet, you are giving them the power to define your worth. That makes no sense. Your value does not increase when someone praises you, and it does not decrease when someone criticizes you. Your value is already there. The problem is, you don't believe it yet, so you keep looking for others to confirm it for you. But external validation is temporary. It fades. It disappears. And when it's gone, you feel empty again. So you chase it again, and again, and again. It becomes a cycle that never ends. If you want real confidence, it must come from within. It must be built on your own standards, your own discipline, your own self-respect. It must come from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you are capable of, not from someone's opinion. You must reach a point where you don't need applause to feel proud, where you don't need attention to feel important, where you don't need approval to feel worthy. Because when you reach that level, nobody can control you anymore. You will stop over-explaining yourself. You will stop trying to prove your worth. You will stop chasing people who don't value you. You will stop lowering your standards just to be accepted. And instead, you will start choosing yourself. That is where real strength begins. Understand this clearly. Seeking validation will make you tolerate things you should never tolerate. You will accept disrespect just to keep someone's approval. You will ignore red flags just to avoid rejection. You will stay in situations that drain you just because you fear being alone. But when you stop seeking validation, your standards rise. Now, you walk away from what doesn't serve you. Now, you protect your peace. Now, you choose respect over attention. Now, you choose growth over comfort. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable at first, because you are used to being liked. You are used to being accepted. You are used to fitting in. But growth requires discomfort. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be judged. You must be willing to stand alone sometimes. Because the people who are truly confident are not the ones who are liked by everyone. They are the ones who don't need to be. They know their worth. They trust themselves. They move with purpose. And they don't waste their energy trying to convince others of their value. Ladies and gentlemen, your life changes when you stop asking, "What will they think?" and start asking, "What do I think?" That one shift will transform everything. Now, you make decisions based on your goals, not opinions. Now, you act based on your values, not pressure. Now, you build a life that is true to you, not a performance for others. And when you do that, something powerful happens. You stop being controlled. You stop being manipulated. You stop being dependent. And you finally become who you were meant to be. Not a reflection of others' expectations, but a reflection of your own strength. Learn to respond, not react. This single shift can change your entire life. Most people live in a constant state of reaction. Something happens, and instantly, they respond without thinking. A harsh word, a small insult, a moment of frustration, and suddenly, they are angry, defensive, or emotional. They don't pause. They don't think. They just react. And in that reaction, they lose control. Reaction is automatic. It is driven by impulse, by ego, by emotion. It happens in seconds, but the consequences can last for years. One reaction can damage relationships. One reaction can ruin opportunities. One reaction can expose weakness that others will remember. But responding, that is different. Responding requires awareness. It requires discipline. It requires strength. It means you take a moment, even if it's just a few seconds, to step back and choose your action instead of letting your emotions choose it for you. That pause is power. When you react, you give the situation control over you. When you respond, you take control of the situation. Think about how many times you've reacted in anger and later wished you had stayed silent. How many times you've sent a message you regretted. How many times you've allowed someone else's behavior to dictate your mood, your energy, your entire day. That is what reacting does. It puts your life in the hands of others. But when you learn to respond, everything changes. Now, when someone disrespects you, you don't immediately explode. You assess. You decide. You choose whether it even deserves your attention. And many times, you realize it doesn't. Now, when you feel anger rising, you don't let it take over. You control it. You channel it. You use it as information, not as a command. Because emotions are signals, not instructions. Just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to act on it. Just because you are angry doesn't mean you have to shout. Just because you are hurt doesn't mean you have to react immediately. You can feel everything and still stay in control. Ladies and gentlemen, people will test you. They will provoke you, challenge you, and sometimes even try to get a reaction out of you. And if you react every time, you become predictable, easy to control, easy to manipulate. But when you respond, you become unpredictable. You become calm. You become someone who cannot be easily shaken. And that makes you powerful. Because now, your actions are intentional. Your words are chosen carefully. Your behavior reflects strength, not impulse. You are no longer reacting to life, you are directing it. Understand this clearly. Reacting is easy, but responding is a skill. And like any skill, it must be practiced. In the beginning, it will feel difficult. Your emotions will push you to react. Your ego will want to defend itself immediately. Your mind will tell you to respond quickly, to prove a point, to win an argument. But winning an argument is not the same as winning in life. Sometimes, the smartest response is silence. Sometimes, the strongest move is walking away. Sometimes, the most powerful decision is to do nothing. And that requires control. The space between what happens to you and how you respond to it, that space is where your power lives. If you act without thinking, that space disappears. And when it disappears, you lose control. But if you learn to pause, to breathe, to think before acting, that space grows. And in that space, you gain clarity. Now, instead of reacting emotionally, You respond logically. Instead of being driven by anger, you are guided by purpose. Instead of being controlled by the moment, you control the moment. That is the difference. And it shows in every area of your life. Your relationships improve because you stop overreacting. You listen more. You understand more. You communicate better. Your decisions improve because you stop acting on impulse. You think long-term. You consider consequences. You act with intention. Your mindset improves because you stop feeding negativity. You stop giving energy to things that don't matter. You become calmer, stronger, more focused. Imagine the kind of person you become when nothing can easily shake you. When no insult can break your peace. When no situation can force you into losing control. That is not weakness. That is mastery. It does not mean you feel less. It means you control more. Because the goal is not to eliminate emotions. The goal is to manage them, to understand them, to use them without being used by them. And that starts with one simple habit. Pause before you act. When you feel anger, pause. When you feel triggered, pause. When you feel the urge to react, pause. Take a breath. Step back. Ask yourself, what is the best response here? Not the fastest, not the easiest, the best. Because your life is not defined by what happens to you. It is defined by how you respond to it. And when you master that response, you master yourself.